Hey, it's Amanda. How are you doing? I hope you're good. I'm good. I am in a bit of a decluttering mood, which is, basically my normal mood. But actually, so this year I hadn't really planned on doing like a huge declutter because I didn't feel like I had that many products that I wanted to just straight up get rid of. I prefer to use up what I have and then just throw it away, and if I felt like I didn't use it enough during its lifetime, I would just prefer not to replace it. But actually, I went through my drawers and I found some products that I was like, I really don't know why I even bought these in the first place. And I'm so annoyed that I have them. So sometimes I think it can be quite freeing to just allow yourself to throw something away. Like, I know that I have had moments where I'm like, oh, I have to finish this and this is so annoying and I really don't want it. And you just kind of force yourself to finish it. It's the same with like books and TV shows. When I realized that you don't have to keep watching just because you started watching at some point, that was such a freeing moment in my life, and it really, really made my life better. So I'm trying to do the same with makeup. So it was specifically these eyeliners that I found that I was kind of looking at, and I kind of opened them and I hoped that they would be bad and have gone off already so that I could feel okay throwing them out. And then I caught myself thinking that and I was like, oh my God, why don't I just throw them out in that case? Like, you don't need to have a reason for not wanting something anymore. So yeah, let me show you. I'm also going to show you a bit what I have in some of my drawers. The ones that are more organized at this point, some of them I am not willing to show you. Okay, so here's my first drawer, which contains most of my palettes here at the back, all of my cream products for the eyes, and single eyeshadows, as well as smaller palettes, and eyeliners. Some lip liners as well, because I didn't like them in the lip drawer, but most of these are liners. So the ones that I was talking about at the beginning of the video was actually these three. So I bought these probably about a year and a half ago, hoping that because they are called Vivid Brights, it would actually be bright colors. But actually, they are very grey cast and not bright at all, which is super annoying. So every time I look at these, I actually wish that they were already finished. So I'm just gonna bin them, honestly. They're not that great. I think they have started to go off a bit, so I wouldn't want to give them to anyone. So I'm just going to throw them straight in the bin at this point. Another thing that I found when I was going through my drawers that I realized has just never brought me any joy is this pigment from Gorgeous Cosmetics. It's called Aqua. It's a shimmer pigment. And I kind of bought this because I was like, oh, I don't have anything in that shade. I should buy it just to like complete my collection. And every time I use it, I'm just like, oh, I haven't used that in a while, I should use it. So like, no part of my interaction with this pigment has ever been, oh, I really like this, I want to use it. So I mean, there's just no point for me to keep this, really. I might give it to someone. There's still a lot of product in there and it's perfectly fine. I haven't done anything weird to it, so we'll see if somebody gets that. Another thing that has really annoyed me through the years is, oh God, the lid has fallen off this. So this eyeshadow and this pigment here, they are the exact same shade. And I also actually have a shade in this palette from Sugar Pill, which is the same shade also. And not only do I have this shade 3 times over, but it's the shade that I can't wear. I just look kind of sick because there's something about the mix of pink and gold that just does not go with my complexion. So, I mean, it looks really pretty in the pan, but it's just not for me. So I am gonna keep the Sugar Pill palette because I like it, and there's some other shades in there that I really like as well. So I don't want to get rid of that. But these two, I just don't need them in my life, so they are going as well. Next up is my lip drawer, which I have to admit I'm not that happy with the setup of this, because when I bought this thing, I clearly thought that I had a lot more lipsticks than I actually do, and I realized that I can't actually stand most of these up because they are taller than the actual drawer, so it's a lot harder to close it properly. So this is what I've got for now, and I have some palettes at the back also. So the first thing that strikes me when I look at this is these 4 Huda lip glosses. So I bought these in a set. They're 4 minis. As you can see, they're all quite like frosty. It was part of the winter collection that she did last year. And they're all like the same shade but with different shades of shimmer in them. And they're just not that useful, to be honest. They don't look that great on. They all look the same, and I also really don't like the texture of them. I feel like the texture is almost as if somebody put sand in the lip glosses. So because I'm basically never going to use these, I'm just going to throw them out. So at the same time as I bought the liners that I was talking about earlier, I also bought these because I thought that they would do kind of the same thing for me and like give me all the shades of the rainbow in a more liquid or creamy texture. I don't like these because they kind of stain. I have actually used this orange one quite recently, but I didn't really enjoy the experience, and these just kind of annoy me. So yeah, I mean, they're not the worst product on the planet, but I just never use them. I don't like them. The one time that I did use the orange, I was kind of forcing myself to use it just because I want to use up everything that I have. So I'm just going to allow myself to throw these away. Another thing that I want to throw away, because I know that I've had them for a long time, is this black lip gloss from Illamasqua, as well as this black lip gloss from Kryolan. I actually bought these a couple of years ago because I heard that Chanel had put out a black lip topper that was super cool apparently. And was especially nice on top of red lipsticks, for example. So I thought that I would try and get something similar. I don't know why I didn't just get the Chanel one. I think maybe it was sold out or something. But I bought these and they just never really worked for me in the way that I was hoping. The Kryolan one especially is very, very thick. So because they never did for me what I wanted in the first place, and because I know that they are super old, I am going to throw them out just because I'm scared of swallowing mold or something. So I also found some items in drawers that I don't want to open up and show you because they are very disorganized, and I kind of need to get my head around how to organize them before I feel comfortable showing them to anyone. But one of the items that I found that I really want to get rid of is this eyebrow mascara from NYX, which is just clear, and I kind of bought it before I knew what eyebrow mascara was for. That doesn't make any sense, but I bought it before I knew why somebody would want to use it. Like at the time I was strictly dip brow all the time, and so I didn't really think about what qualities I wanted my eyebrow mascara to have when I bought it. So the issue is that it has a massive wand and I just don't find it useful. And also I have about 3 hairs naturally in my brows, so clear brown mascara is never going to do anything for me. So when I discovered that I do like brown mascara if it has some sort of colour to help me look like I have actual eyebrows, that completely changed my view on eyebrow mascara. But this, I still just don't like it. It doesn't work for me, so I might try and give it to somebody because I haven't used it more than like 3 times, I think. So we'll see who will be the lucky one. I also found this concealer wheel from Ben Nye, which I have had for a bit too long. I actually got it from one of my friends. Is that mold? Ugh, I think it's actually gone moldy. Ugh, okay, it smells like shit. Okay, so I hadn't realized that when I decided to throw it away, but now that I've opened it, I can see, oh my god, that is so nasty. This is why we don't keep things for too long. Oh, I don't even know what to say to that. I'm so glad that I didn't open this and try and use it and realize that, like, it's moldy. Where was I? Okay, so before I realized that it's moldy, the reason I was going to throw this away is because I can't really use all of these shades. And I kind of got this from my friend when I was still thinking that I wanted to work professionally in makeup. And then when I realized that that's just not what appeals to me, all of a sudden it wasn't as useful for me. So I have been able to use it, but it's just not really something that I would recommend for one person. Like in a kit, it's good to have a few different shades, obviously. But for a lay person, you just really don't need that many shades of concealer. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that little impromptu clearing out session. I don't feel like I threw out that many things. I also don't feel like I have as much makeup as quite a few people, but I really just don't enjoy having things that are just taking up space in my drawers. I don't enjoy having things that I don't use. I especially don't enjoy when I find that I have the same shades over and over again. That really frustrates me, because then I feel like there was no point to getting at least half of the products that I own. It also kind of annoys me because that brings home to me the fact that I didn't buy a lot of these things because I needed them or enjoy them or anything like that, but I just bought them as like a way to kind of run away from my anxiety. Like I've used shopping as kind of an antidepressant at times, and I don't think that's a healthy behavior. So when I'm confronted with the evidence that I do that or have done that quite a lot, it's really frustrating. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe, and I will be back next week with another video. Bye!